So here we are. Here we are. Oh, check it. Look at that. Do you do you see that lighting? Do you hear I've already made updates to my channel. Why did I make these updates to my channel? I made these updates to my channel because I am very worthy and I'm trying to get my followers up. And somebody on Facebook is these people are trying it with me today. I'm going to tell you some things. The word of the day is resilience. The reason why this is the word of the day is because you have to be. Now, I'm not going to tell you my whole story, but I will tell you that if you're following me on this channel, then you might have some of my story. I started my channel probably about 10 years ago. And if you go back, you can see mother has aged slightly, but I think my hair has not changed. My space has most certainly changed. And I am still pushing away at the concept of who I am and who I want to be. And ooh, those are sounds. I was working on a beat. In the spirit of resilience, I've been rolling around the internet handing off a few promos of my new tune, which is called When We Met. So I go to LinkedIn, and there are a few folk on LinkedIn who are producers and DJs and stuff of that nature. And one of the cats who I hit off with the tune came back and said, "Oh, I really like this. Who's the vocalist? And did you make the track?" Now, I think if I was a man, he wouldn't have asked me that question. He would not have asked me, did I make this track? He would have been like, man, dog, the track is dope. When did you do? He asked the question. Why did he ask it? Well, maybe for a few reasons. Maybe I should have asked him instead of getting defensive. Maybe I should have asked him, why'd you ask? But what I said was, I'm an artist. And if you know anything about me, and I feel like he does, that's my art in the back. These are some of my little tinkerings that I've been working with. He asked me, he knows me. Like, I've known this cat a long time. But I guess he just cannot conceptualize that a woman might make beats. And I don't know why that is, because the internet is full of women making beats. Like, who inspired me to buy this new MPK 249? Georgia Ann Muldrow is killing beats. In addition to the fact that she's a phenomenal lyricist, vocalist, singer, songwriter, she makes beats. There are tons of females who make beats. In addition to everything else that I do, I'm becoming a really good producer. That is my goal. That is my goal, to be able to get people in the studio who I believe are talented, to create music with them. And this is probably, what is it? We did, the first song that I put out was called Artist Manifesto. That was year before last. My follow-up tune was Passion. That was last year. No, that was the year before last too. We put out an Artist Manifesto in March of 2016. We put out Passion right after it. Took a little bit of a break, came back with Apocalyptic Conversation. Followed up with Friday Night Africa and Vibes and Vibes. Came back with I Am House. And just dropped When We Met. I got 7. That's a lucky number. I've been working with some phenomenal musicians and a phenomenal producer. I can't say that because Sean Wallace is a producer in his own right. But the track starts here in this room. No, it doesn't always start here in this room because I have these joints. The MPD 218. And I also have the little Akai keyboard. And then I got this bigger joint and a bunch of stuff that's sitting on this desk. Resilience means, regardless to the fact that I have not been consistent about making music, I put 2 tracks out a couple years ago, a couple thousand years ago. It's well over 10 years ago. I, worked on some songs. I sang on one of the songs that was very old. I also put out some what do you call them? Excuse me. I put out some songs, some mashups on my SoundCloud account. So I've been doing that. But original tunes, I'm really focused on that. I have tons of beats. Somebody might think they dope. I don't always think they're dope. But I'm pushing myself and I'm handing them off to musicians and they're recording to them and they're sending me their files. They're sending me vocals. We're going to the studio and record them. I got songs in my head. They're coming. In the spirit of resilience, I bring that to you. I'm doing the street art thing when it's warm outside. In the spirit of resilience, I do that. I have editing, social media, marketing, consulting, all of these things I do in the spirit of resilience because I love what I do creatively and I prefer to work for myself than to work for other people. In that way, I work with other people in the spirit of resilience so that I have a free schedule, that I can be kind of flexible in terms of my work, that I can do the things that I need to do, that I can rest and have the time that I need to have to myself. And in that spirit of resilience, it's part of the reason why I'm continuing to do this. It's part of the reason why I have this lighting here that kind of makes it look like I have makeup on. I so appreciate that. It's kind of the reason why I have this mic here to capture my voice and directionalize it so that you can hear me better. It's the reason why this camera is here so that you get a good visual. I'm not sure if it's going to be good when I play it back, but I pray that it is based on the idea that I have a slower speed internet. Resilience means to me that you continue with what you're doing, that you continue your process, regardless of the odds, because you love what you do. You could be resilient about just living your life as it stands. You may not have passion like I do. You may not have the creative spirit and endeavors and the vision that I have to do the many things that I do. But regardless to what it is that you do, be resilient and continue it. Regardless of the fact that nobody's watching me stream this, someone will watch it later. And I will have the same message to you, to be resilient, have the same message that I had now before. And I'll do some of that as well, because I'm not against it. When I started this channel, I was talking about a bunch of things and I got a bunch of views. I got a bunch of flack for some of the things that I talked about because I picked a topic and I kind of went in on those topics, I recall. I'll be doing some of that too. I was told by one of my social media experts that I follow that you should go live on your platforms every day. So I'm supposed to go on tour and go live and talk about some things. That is challenging as shit for me because I don't really like going live on Instagram. I'm not a fan of Snapchat per se. And I don't even know if Google Plus has a live option. It's got a Hangout. It does. And then there's Periscope. And then there's all these other spaces that I ain't that interested in. So this is going to be a challenge for me. And my goal is to simply lead them all back to YouTube. So, because this is where I started my vlogging. And this is where I prefer to continue it. Now, Facebook is a new addition. And I'm cool with Facebook to a degree. I can't tell you that I don't like it because I know it's a part of my work that I have to do. But I don't. So what I'm going to say to you today, once again, is in the spirit of resilience, we must continue. And that's why I'm continuing. And I'm hoping my homie who used to be on the channel with me, who would watch my videos, gets inspired by this and continues her process. and anyone else who needs to be inspired by, my doings. So I need to tell you before I go that I have a few things happening this week. I will be at Renaissance, which is here in Chicago. The address to Renaissance is 4641 South King Drive, and that is in the Bronzeville community. I will be at Tantrum on Saturday, which is 1023 South State, and that is in the South Loop of Chicago, which is downtown. On Sunday, I will be back in the South Loop for Sunday's affair, and that is at the Bureau Bar, and the Bureau Bar is located at 75 East 16th Street. Monday is our session at the Charleston, and the Charleston is 2076 North Hoyne, and that is in Bucktown. Monday, we will be listening to myself, and we will be experiencing the sounds of neo-sexy. Neo-sexy, in my opinion, would be the sexiest of our soul genre, including neo-soul, but not excluding soul or R&B. And for that matter, it's a few pop tunes, but mostly like neo-soul and soul and R&B. So you'll hear people like Sade, and you'll hear some Sade remixes. You'll hear Childish Gambino. You'll hear Marvin Gaye. You will hear Shaka Khan. You will hear all of these sexy neo-soul type people at the Charleston on Monday. So we want to definitely invite you to come through Charleston, especially because we have a new sponsor who is Remy Martin. We got drink specials. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some sexiness. And of course, we're going to have some drinks and some fun. And I'm formatting a few things for the spring and summer at the Charleston to add to the idea. So that's what's up with Fathom DJ. That's 12 minutes. Way too long. Your attention span is not that long. I know this. I'm watching the analytics. But stick and stay with Fathom DJ. You can find me in your World Wide Webosphere at findingfathomdj.com. Hashtag Fathom DJ. Hashtag Finding Fathom DJ. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, SoundCloud, TrackSource, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. Google me. Cosmic kisses and well wishes to your day and the rest of your week. And I'm out. Space.